So I got into this debate with some homies about whether or not you can make a good gumbo with or without roux. The general consensus was you got to have a roux. That's been my feeling for a long time, but I don't know. I thought I'd test it. I don't know where you stand on this, but I can tell you I was up for the challenge, and that's what this post is about. Like me making a dope gumbo with flavor, character, aroma, just no roux. But I think you're gonna love it. Actually, I know you're gonna love this dish. Straight up, I was pleased with the gumbo. This shit is banging. It's one of my best gumbos. Like really, like without the roux, surprisingly. So I don't know. Maybe you're that person who doesn't like to stir all day and don't want to avoid the hassle of a roux, but you feel compelled to make a roux because that's what tradition says. Or maybe you're just trying to watch calories and you don't want to add like that roux to your dish. Either way, I'm telling you, you make this recipe, you'll be pleased. It's dope. It's better than dope. It's fire. Yo, it's your boy Marvin from Food Fidelity. You heard me. We're doing gumbo. We got all the elements just in time. I think you're gonna love this dish. Let's get to it. For me, the most amazing gumbos start with the stock. I'm making a homemade shrimp stock. It's got all kind of goodness in it. So basically, a lot of people will take the shells and boil them. I'm actually gonna take the shells, the head, the tails, and puree them in some water to create the base of my stock. And it's gonna be rich with all kind of umami flavor, seafood. And then from that point on, I can just add my traditional stock elements. So I got carrots, celery, onion, fresh thyme. I got some white wine. I like a Sauvignon Blanc. And so once I got my stock going, I can start to make the gumbo. And I start by the Holy Trinity, and that's sauteing onions, celery, and bell peppers. And on top of that, I add in some garlic, fresh garlic, and then, hey, I season as I go. I got a nice mix of like a homemade Creole seasoning blend. And then I add my okra. My okra is cut thinly, plus some crushed crushed tomatoes, and a little gumbo filet on that. And so this is gonna be a thick gumbo, but the thickness is gonna come from the okra and the filet powder, not the roux, because there's no roux in this gumbo, as I told you about. So I'm just letting that cook down and reduce a little bit. All of those flavors from the tomatoes, the okra, the filet, the spices, etc., are all gonna concentrate a little more. And also I'm gonna try to cook some of the slime out of the okra. I add my stock at this point, and then plus a little more season. Like I said, I season as I go. Give it a nice mix, and then I boil that, cook that without the seafood for about 20-30 minutes, depending on how much time you got. But I like to let the flavors kind of come together in the pot before I start adding in some of the other ingredients, because I don't want to overcook the delicate seafood that I'm adding. So now that my flavors all gelling, I'm good to go. I'm gonna add in some fresh peeled shrimp and put that lid back on it and let that cook for a few minutes. No more than 5 minutes. You're cooking longer than that, you're gonna start to get that rubbery, overcooked shrimp. And so now I have some mussel meat, which is like the other seafood of choice. You can use crayfish or crawfish. And I also added some diced ham that you saw me chopping up too at that point. And I'll let that cook for another 5 minutes or so. And now I am good. I'm ready to serve this. I'm serving this over some rice. Hopefully you can see it. I wish you could smell it here with me. It's smelling great. My kitchen smells awesome. So this is how I go with mine, just rice and gumbo. I may have a little bread on top of that to sop up some of that sauce as I eat it. But hey, this is what we do. If you like the recipe, give it a like, leave a comment. But most importantly, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button. Until then, I'm out. Peace. See you next time.